and you hit it, and you hope it works. You never know until you go live. There we go. Greetings, humans. Greetings, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode. Bear here, 29-year veteran of the woods out here. In the cave today, but that's alright. Little known difference out there. And great to see everybody out there. Amy is here. And great to see Amy out here. You live in the woods, that is true. That is honestly true. Any opinion on who to vote for soil and water conservation? I don't know. Whoever bans the guns, I'd say. Whoever bans the guns, that's good enough. Good enough for Bear out here. Yes, great to have everyone here. A fun-filled show for everyone out there. So let's just go ahead. Why are we wasting any of your time? Let's just go ahead. Get right on into it, people. And we've actually got some great campaign update. Oh, by the way, you need to really quickly. Let me bring it up here. Hold on, just 1 second. Of course, Bear starts the show and doesn't have anything ready here. Let's see, where is it here? You do the thing with the thing. Why is this all out of whack here? Let me do that there, over there. One of these days, people. One of these days, we will actually do a professional show. Not today, though. Not today. Where did I put that? Where did I? Is this it? I think this is it. I wanted people to check it out. Oh, for crying out loud. Why is this stupid OBS? Urgh. Okay, hold on. I bring it back over here, and it suddenly jumps inside. I don't know why it does that. Alright, let me bring OBS over here. That'll work. Hopefully that'll work. I tell you what, people. The title of today's show here, the private American out there. Interesting things going on here with Mr. Bannon and looks like Mr. Burleigh out there, Chris Burleigh out there. They've got a campaign out here called The Private American. Doing not too bad out here. We're not doing like a campaign review or anything like that right away here, but interesting things going on with this because actually they have got an update here. Why is Indiegogo censoring our campaign? That would be a very good question out there. Why are they? Why are they doing that? He says after a week after our Twitter account was unfairly shut down, illustrator Dan Lawless released a new cover for our campaign, but when he went to Indiegogo to find it in their search engine, he discovered that Private American was nowhere to be found. In fact, it isn't even suggested on other campaigns, and no matter how you search for it, you cannot find it. You cannot find our campaign on Indiegogo through their search function. And actually, Bear checked that out. It's true, at least from a couple of hours ago. You can try it for yourself if you want to. But there you go. A couple of videos out there talking about it. Well, Bear is going to leave his stink on it here as well. So I do want people to check it out. It's down there in the description out there if you want to check that. You got to go straight to the link. It doesn't show up on the Indiegogo campaign. It doesn't show up in the search or anything like that. So really interesting. I'm trying to remember. I think there was only. I'm trying to remember if there's another campaign out there that you had a hard time searching for it. I don't know if it was Mike Miller's. There might have been one other out there that it was like you had to search specifically for it or something like that. So strange things going on there with Indiegogo out there. So just wanted to let people know about that. Not too bad, $25, people. Is this hardcover? I don't know. We might do a campaign review later, but just wanted to let people know. Do the direct link to the campaign, or you can check out theprivateamerican.com out there. So do check that out. Do check out the campaign. We try to highlight this stuff if sometimes there's some sort of shenanigans going on out there with any of this stuff. They said Twitter first, now Indiegogo. Probably because basically it's kind of a border. U.S.-Mexico border kind of comic out there where they talk about that sort of stuff. So, anyways, do check that out. They've got 23 days left, so hopefully that will get resolved, and Probably should be doing a lot better than there, but they're pretty good out there. $27,882 there. They did get their flex goals, so hopefully it'll be out in people's hands here. But we want to get more people out there, checking it out there. Amy Lester says, I don't think I've heard of this book. Well, anyways, go down there to the description and go check it out. Might as well go with... No, we're not going to go with Kickstarter out there. Crying out loud. Stupid Kickstarter, but you know what? Bear didn't get the book Insom out there from Ripa out there. Ripa did something a little bit different than the rest of the Comicsgate folks out there. Kind of did it on his own website. Did the campaign that way instead of through Indiegogo. Did really well. What was that, like $3 million or something like that? Some crazy amount there. So there you go. It might come to the point where people might have to start going that route. I hope not. Indiegogo has been really good. That's why we try to promote Indiegogo out there. But yeah, some of that stuff might a little suspicious out there, so check that out. We might check this out a little bit later if we've got some time, but if not, Bear might make a separate video on that. But do check out the Private American out there. There you go. Bear was trying to search for it earlier, and I couldn't remember the name of it. I was trying to Unassuming American. I forget the name of it. Yeah, the Private American. There you go. Indiegogo. Who got Shadowbanned? That would be Mike Barron out there. The legendary Mike Barron. The Eisner winner, Mike Barron out there. Yes, indeed. And comic book artist, Richard Bonk. Oh, what a great name. Richard Bonk. Very cool. Anyways, where am I? Tell you what, too many screens. It just ruffles Bear's feathers out here. Alright, there we go. There's the thing with the thing. And the thing. And there's your chats. Yes, indeed. I got it on two different screens here. Little bit tough. But let's go ahead. We've actually got some campaign updates to get to. Let me bring this around there. There we are. No, I want to see people's chats. Let's see. There we go. There's that. And there's that. That would help if Bear actually did this beforehand. Instead of during the live show. That's right. Most people aren't expecting. Most people are not expecting a professional show out there. Yes, indeed. All right, let's get right on into it, people, because shifting sands out here, people. Shifting sands. For crying out loud, OBS. All right, let me take this back. One of these days. All right, there's that. Let's get. There we go. And we'll bring back the YouTube stuff so I can see your people's chats out there. Like a professional show. One of these days. Good news. This would be from Mike Miller out there. Good news from his printer. He's got some good news from there. We talked last time. They were going to shut it down. They only had like a couple of hours left there. But good news. Good news, people. They've been given a little bit more time before the print rate increases. Or print rate increase deadline there. Also, SOT, Shadow of the Conqueror out there, is now officially, holy cow, people, the fourth best graphic novel on Indiegogo. Best-selling, I should say, graphic novel campaign on Indiegogo history, says. Oh, what an incredible weekend out there. Multi-tier marketing. Great stuff out there. Blew us up. Kaboom, people. Over $500,000, making this the fourth best-selling comic / graphic novel on Indiegogo. Actually, I can show some pictures of it. Let me show some beautiful artwork if I can find it here. Hold on. Where are we? There we are. Now I can actually bring it over and actually see what I'm reading. That would help. Alright, come on. There we go. And as mad as it may seem, Backer Kit has us tracking to the number 2 spot. I wonder who... Let's see, Uncle E was number 1. There was some, I want to say, South American artist, I don't recall, very early on, had some campaign out there. Maybe Doug the Tenaple out there. Maybe he had some stuff out there. But there you go. Number 2. So that'd be kind of interesting. Not holding his breath, though. I wouldn't hold your breath either. So the good news for all those who have been writing and asking for more time is that after a long negotiation with the printer, they've given us the ability to modify our order after it's been placed. This gives us the wiggle room to extend the campaign for 2 additional weeks. But be warned, people. There's going to be no further extension after that, and this campaign will not be going into in demand. So November 13th, people, circle your calendars at 12 midnight PST Pacific is the absolute close of this campaign, so check that out. Also, if you've been having issues with your order not showing up, please check again. They've checked with their Indiegogo rep, and it sounds like the issue's being resolved. So there you go. And you might want to double check regardless. I tell you what, some strange things out there. Groovy, Bodilicious, Gnarly too. What the heck is going on out here? I tell you what, sometimes the chat just takes a life of its own. They've signed, or they are sold out of the signed, numbered leathered collector's bundle with the Imperious. I think that's the little sword thing, the letter opener. Or you can put it in your fancy drink if you want there. The limited signed novel, the signed numbered limited edition leather hardback novel, and the signed graphic novel out there. So if you want a signed book, the only option left is the leather-bound graphic novel out there. So don't wait, people, to the last minute. And if you're a retailer, you can get 4 retailer tier books for the various books, and check that out. So there you go. You got 2 weeks. Click. Well, you can't see it there, but there you go. You can click. Oh, for crying out loud! Professional show. Anyways, there you are. You can check it out on Indiegogo. Oh, hopefully that'll show up. Hopefully they're not shadow banning poor Mike out there if it's the 2nd, or excuse me, the 4th, going to the 2nd. Well, we'll see. We'll see. You can share it out, do all that great stuff, people, and make sure that it's all good out there. So there you go. Good stuff. Do recommend checking that out. Also, we've got, I tell you what, sometimes you never know about some videos out there. You make a video and you're like, it'll do okay or whatever. I tell you what, people have been watching the campaign review of Shadow of the Conqueror out there. Probably because they thought the campaign was closing, and then all of a sudden it was not closing. So there you go. You can check that out if you want some more information. But it's gonna be a little bit out of date because they've got most of the signed stuff they're gone. So if you do want to check it out, do the graphic novel. It was kind of hard for Bear to tell. I'm not sure if both of them are signing the graphic novel or if it's just Mike. So that might be a question to ask out there. I don't know if they're doing the drawn and quartered. So you might want to ask either tonight or maybe on the campaign there. Check that out. So there you go. Shadow of the Conqueror out there. Yes, indeed. Or as Bear likes to say, Chateau. The Chateau. Over there in France. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, let's see. Where's the next thing here? It's just Mike. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I didn't know if they were both signing it or what the heck was going on with that. All right, let's see. Okay. All right, Bear. Cross your claws here. Let's see if this works. Let's see if it works, people. All right. Is it going to be giant or not? Oh, no, it's regular size. That's nice. I'm so glad when OBS finally works for Bear. Inglorious Rex 2 is live. Bear got the book, the first book, just the other day, last week, but it's still in the box. Want to do a box open there, but I've just still been moving out from the woods into the cave here, so got a bunch of stuff to take care of there. But do check out Inglorious Rex 2. I'm pretty sure it's pretty good, but still want to. Oh, that's kind of one of Bear's kind of bugaboos here is people are still getting the books, kind of just now checking it out or something like that. So they launched the campaign. It's like, well, I want to read the book first and then go into the campaign. So, I don't know. Maybe people like that, they say, oh, I got the book, let's get the next book right away or something like that. But, I don't know. I want to check it out first. But anyways, Inglorious Rex 2 is live, blah, 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 blah. The campaign crossed 117K in the first 24 hours. And we couldn't have done it without you, so thank you. Be sure not to miss out on the subscription box in the campaign. It includes a black and white version of the Del Keown cover, a 7x10 lenticular fight poster, and a 75mm scale minifigure, and people, everybody's favorite, the collector's box. I tell you what, they've started a trend out here. Everybody's doing the boxes now, which is cool. It's nice to have something to be able to put some of that stuff into. So you got it up there on your shelf or something like that. They're not all falling, going astray out there. You've got it all in one little package there. It kind of helps Bear, especially in the cave. Especially in the cave there. So some good stuff. Good stuff. Again, I don't know anything about the first campaign because it's still in the box. But I tell you what, it got here pretty quickly here. I think it was like a 3-day shipping or something like that. So it did really good. It's just Bear hasn't gotten around to, unfortunately, opening that. So do check it out. Inglorious Rex 2 out there. Very cool. All right, let me find. Tries to time out Marco for Anthony, but realizes that Jiminy Cricket is not a mod. Beer doesn't hand these out. No, he doesn't. Oh, where's our favorite Canadian? Where is our favorite Canadian at? I don't know. I tell you what, you give him a wrench and he just disappears. All right, let's see. Melissa says, sorry, just had a phone call pop up. That's fine. It is fine. Let's see. I'm not so sure about this Jiminy Cricket character, though. I would keep an eye on him. Let's see. As long as it isn't Mike-sized, it would be way too hard to read. That's true. He's actually smaller than Tom Cruise out there. People don't realize that. You've never seen them in a room together. That's why. That would probably be why out there. All right. Where's Beer here? All right. Let me do the thing with the thing. Because we actually haven't heard from them in a while, so it's kind of interesting to check it out here. That would be the Terror, oh thank goodness, the Terror in the Trenches campaign. Very cool stuff. Von Klaus, if you checked out the Monster MD, what he did something, I thought he did another comic as well, but anyways, Monster MD, a very good book out there. Gosh, it was like 100 and some odd pages, so you definitely got your money's worth with that book out there. But it says Happy Halloween from Rise Again Comics. Rise Again. Happy Halloween, fiends, he says. What a wonderfully spooky time to be. Well, it's November 2nd, but that's all right. They might celebrate Halloween in Canada late or something like that. He says he's 100% done with the lettering. Well, let's check that out. Let's check it out. Why are we jibber-jabbering about this? There we go. Some good stuff there. Terror in the Trenches is officially finished lettering. And the book's at the editor for the final touches. And wow, he says, and the book came together into something astounding. Eat your heart out in the mainstream. Yes, indeed. So, it definitely compares there. I think he's doing, Eric Letters Too Much out there, Eric Weathers. That actually came from Von Klaus. They were doing he was pretending to be, they were doing a show with, I think, Sweetcast and Eric Weathers, and he was pretending to be, a comic book hut out there, and so he was making fun of Eric Weathers, calling him Eric Letters Too Much, and Bear just kind of picked that up and kind of went with it there. So, very cool, a very interesting campaign. Do check it out. I believe it's like a, what do they call that? Not public access, but free to use. I'm trying to remember the character's name here. Gosh, it just comes out of Bear's head here. I can't remember the character out there, but yeah, he's kind of reintroducing the character there into mainstream. So very cool stuff. Once everything is set up, he says he'll get with the printer and let you guys know when we're starting to print and fulfillment. He can't wait. Thanks for all your support, and have a wonderfully spooky Halloween night ahead. Well, it's November 2nd, that's right. The Vonster out there. Yes, indeed. It's very cool. Very cool stuff. I'm trying to remember who did. I believe it was the same folks that did the artwork for Monster MD. So trying to remember her name. Oh, I forget. I apologize out there, but did some really good stuff on Monster MD, and looks to be picking it up right where they left off there. So very cool, very good stuff out there. Very good stuff indeed. All right. Justice for Jiminy. I don't know. I don't know about that. Suppress insects. What the heck is going on with the chat here? I tell you what. There's a word for that. Takes the power and immediately leaves with it. Yes, indeed. All right, moving along here, people, because we actually have some information here from our good friends. Hopefully, it'll show up. For crying out loud, come on, OBS, do it. There we go. 100% fulfilled, they said, from Alterna Comics. That would be the fall campaign. It's right here in front. A summer campaign. I keep getting those two confused. The summer campaign, if you checked out the box open the other day, that was the summer campaign out there. He's 100% fulfilled. And yesterday, unfortunately, yesterday was the last day. So you missed out, people. If you haven't been listening to Beer, you missed out there. So, but I think they still have the fall campaign up there. So go check that out. Campaign 100% fulfilled. All perks, yada yada yada, and everything is done out there. Thanks for making this campaign a success, says the Publishing Pete out there. Yes, indeed. Needless to say, yes, indeed. I don't know. Let's see, what's going on here? He gets mad at Jiminy and throws a hammer at him. Oh my goodness. Look out, Paul. Look out, Paul, out there. I tell you what. We're not getting into that. We're not. Not at all out there. Not at all. Moving along. Kind of an interesting campaign that Beer's kind of keeping his eye on here. It's got the the Loose Threads campaign. So if you checked out the Graveyard Shift campaign, the Mark Polton out there, kind of the one half of it. He's got a campaign out there. 6 days left, people. Only 6 days left. So Loose Threads Indiegogo campaign is on its final days, based on his experiences writing for DC and Image Comics. This 80-page graphic novel is about what happens to comic book characters after their series are canceled. Well, they probably go into the ether. One of the key features to this book is that it has what's quite possibly could be the last cover by the late comic book legend. That would be George Perez out there. Let's check this out. There you go. Get this piece of history while you still can, as time, people, is running out. 6 days left there. So there you go. There you are. Looks like some good stuff. Why am I doing that? Looks like some really good stuff out there. So check that out. I think Uncle E was saying something like Loose Threads just doesn't kind of, pop out as a title or something like that. You kind of think of like as a at first, Beer kind of thought it was kind of like a compilation of some sort out there, but no, it's actually a brand new comic out there. Just kind of a weird title, but go ahead and check it out. See what it's all about out there. 6 days left, people. Get right on it. Get right on it. Yes, indeed. All right, where am I at here? Where is Beer at? I tell you, I lose my place. Lose the place every time. That's right. We've got it together here, people. Takes a little bit of time, but sometimes you gotta get it together. Sweetcast out here. Clint Stoker editing, he says. We're into the not so pretty, but oh so necessary part of making comics. That would be editing. Something that Bear needs to learn. Boy. He stayed up till 2:30 last night making dialogue edits. Charlie made some art edits for consistency, and Eric letters too much. And I are meeting tonight to go over the lettering. It's been very productive October. The black and white artist edition is close to being ready to print, but one hot topic that keeps coming up is the lettering for this version. We had advertised it as just the line art, but Charlie would like the black and white version to include lettering so you can read the story in black and white. We need to make a final decision on this soon, but in either case, it's going to be a glorious book. I would probably say just do the because you've already advertised it as kind of an artist edition out there. I would say probably just do the artist edition, and then maybe if you do a Fatal 2 or something like that, then maybe do kind of a black and white. That would be kind of a nice little add-on or something like that you can do there. If people want to read it in black and white, but I'd probably say just keep it as the art version, because people probably got it for the art, and then probably the lettering might kind of throw people off or something. He says he'll let you know when we move to the next phase. In the meantime, I hope you know how much we love and appreciate each of you. Oh, that's so sweet. And thank you for your support from Sweetcast out there. That is sweet. Good old Sweetcast out there. Very cool indeed. So there you go. And finally, people, if you haven't checked this out, I don't know what you people are missing out here, but Gary Shipman needs your help, people, with a new Batman and Titan poster out there. So there you go. You got Batman kind of checking out Titan, Titan checking out Batman. They're probably sizing each other up. Yeah, they could be sizing each other up there. So there you go. There you go. Gemini does not survive. Pinocchio gets his comeuppance later after he tricks people into thinking growing money on trees is possible by planting gold coins in the ground. It's not? Holy cow. They catch him in the act stealing. What is going on in the chat here? Something even darker happens in the story ends. Well then indeed. I tell you what, people. Some strange stuff going on there. Alright, well, I tell you what, people, it is the first part of the month, and you know what that means, people. That means, if beer can find it, it means... There we go. It is the month off. Yes, indeed, people. One of our favorite things that we like to do here. The November National Month Off. Yes, indeed. Days, no, months, people. Get it straight. From the beginning here. Let me grab a drink. I tell you what. Getting thirsty for beer out here. Days, months. It is Banana Pudding Month. We'll get to that in a second. It is, first off, Adopt a Senior Pet Month. Probably because they don't have long to live. It's Aviation History Month, people. I thought that would be in December, wouldn't it? Didn't they fly in December? Wasn't it the Wright brothers? Didn't they fly in December? I don't think it was November. It was a long time ago, people. It was over 100 years ago. A Banana Pudding Lovers Month out there, people. It's Diabetic Awareness Disease Month. Who said that? Epilepsy Awareness Month. It's Family Stories Month out there. A Gluten-Free Diet Awareness Month. Historic Bridge Awareness Month. Lung Cancer Awareness Month. People, it is Movember out there. Mads Tie One On for Safety. Holiday campaign. The 16th of... it's not even... for crying out loud. I'm so mad at Mad. Military Family Months. It's National Adoption Month, not to be confused with Adopt a Senior Pet Month, people. National Alzheimer's Disease Month. Who could forget that? National Career Development Month. It's National COPD Month. National Diabetes Month. Did we already do the diabetes thing? Hold on. Diabetic Eye Disease Month. You could just combine those together. I tell you what, people. National Family Caregivers Month. It's National Fun with Fondue Month. Oh, we always have fun with fondue. And of course, National Gratitude Month. You better be grateful, people. National Home Care and Hospice Month. National Impotency Month. Beer is not celebrating National Impotency Month out there. Very virile out here. That would be a National Inspirational Role Models Month, National Life Writing Month, National Long-Term Care Awareness Month, National Marrow Awareness Month, And National Medical Science Liaison Awareness and Appreciation. You got to be aware and appreciative, people. And National Native American Heritage Month. It's National Family Literacy Month. And National Novel Writing Month. Just this one month. That's it. You can throw your novel away after that. A Peanut Butter Lovers Month. Of course, National Peppers Month. National Pet Cancer. There's a lot of cancer stuff going on. What's going on? A National Pomegranate Month. National PPSI-AIDS Awareness Month. What the heck? PPSI AIDS. Is there a new AIDS out there? Oh my god. Ay, ay, ay. We've got monkeypox and now a new AIDS? I hope it's not airborne. National Raisin Bread Month. You can roast beer because it is National Roasting Month. And National Scholarship Month. With the cancers, what's going on here? Pancreatic Cancer Awareness Month, people. Isn't it just basically Cancer Awareness Month? Oh, no, wait, it's, last month was Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I don't know, too many cancers out there. Prematurity Awareness Month. Prematurity Awareness Month? Okay, whatever. PTA Healthy Lifestyles Month. What the hell? Spinach and Squash Month, people. It's Stomach Cancer Awareness Month. We gotta be just aware of all the cancers. A Sweet Potato Awareness Month. Also see February? Okay, whatever. No Shave November, people. In the US, that would be the Beard Month or Movember. In Australia, it's mustaches. I guess they can't grow beards down there. Well, no, actually, it would be a upside down beard, wouldn't it? A mustache. Yes, indeed. Because it's upside down there. It is Vegan Month, people. Bear's not going to abide by that at all. And it is Worldwide Bereaved Siblings Month. Worldwide, people. Worldwide. Yes, it is. Diabetes. I'll be grateful for a professional stream one of these days. I guess we'll eat fondue while we wait. I tell you what, people. I tell you what. Beer gives it. Well, it is National Roasting Month, so we'll let that one slide. We'll let that just this one time. Yes, indeed. There we go. All right, moving briskly along, people. Because we've got some stuff here from the Russo brothers. This would be comicbook.com and Patrick Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh? Kavanaugh, yes indeed. Russo brothers speak out on BatGirl movie being murdered by Warner Brothers Discovery. DC fans are still reeling over the decision by Warner. Are we still reeling? Hasn't it been long enough? This is like the John McCain funeral. It just keeps going on and on. To scrap the studio's Batgirl film entirely. The seminal Marvel Studios filmmakers, Joe and Anthony Russo, reflected on the decision, addressing the decision as being a corporate sociopathy. Okay. By the way, it is a National Corporate Sociopathy Month. Sadly, the Russo brothers are only the latest to share their support for the Leslie Gray starring film. Well, where were you when they were making the film? With virtually everyone involved in the project or involved in any corner of the movie-making industry supporting the artistic efforts of the film. It was terrible. Apparently it was terrible and they burned it with fire. While it has only been executives at Warner Brothers Discovery who have attempted to justify the financial motivation of Batgirl's cancellation. No, it was a terrible movie. They should have never made it in the first place. That's Bear's opinion. But he's not in the movie-making industry. They kicked him out a long time ago. It's rare that I can think of something that high-profile, that expensive, that was murdered, people, in such a way. It's sad, but we are at a time in the business where corporate sociopathy is going to rear its head because people are scared. Well, yeah, if you make terrible movies, you're gonna get fired. One would think. News of the film's cancellation came as a shock. shock people to fans for a number of reasons, which included the support from the fandom for a Batgirl Where was that? I have no idea where the quote-unquote fandom was for a Batgirl live-action film. Point bear in that direction. The fact that filmmakers Adil Aribi? El Aribi. El Aribi. And Bali Falah had entered into a post-production phase following the completion of a majority of principal photography. Well, I suppose if you're from, kind of a Middle Eastern kind of area there, yeah, I guess you'd want to put your, your stars and kind of, a bunch of, in one of those beekeeper outfits out there. I tell you what, the confirmation that Michael Keaton was reprising his role of Batman for the project, and apparently they did such a terrible job with that. They totally got scared and were worried that it was going to ruin the previous Michael Keaton movies. They just said it was that bad. It was that bad. Reports claim that the footage from the film will be locked away in some capacity, hopefully burned with fire, potentially even being definitively destroyed. Beer hopes. The outlook doesn't seem good for the project. No, they canceled it. Becoming just another casualty of a studio prioritize. How dare the studio prioritize financing? I mean, sure, we're gonna lose a whole bunch of money, but hey, you get to make your pet project out there, so you go, girl. Through the recent announcement that James Gunn and Peter Safran would oversee the DC Studios slate of films, has ignited some hope that Batgirl could somehow be salvaged. Please, no, just burn it with fire. Preferably with hot fire. Warner Brothers Discovery, the Z-Man out there, revealed the cancellation back. I tell you what, that would be kind of interesting. Batgirl, she's out there. Maybe got back to the Batcave or something like that. It's kind of, getting rest, maybe getting into the shower, something like that. Getting that done. Very, very tastefully out there. And, all of a sudden, the door kind of creeps open behind her. You see kind of a glint out there with the knife out there starting to come in, and then you see kind of a, half silhouette face of the Z-Man just kills Batgirl right there. We've looked hard at the direct-to-streaming business, the Z-Man says. We've seen, luckily, by having access now to all the data, how direct-to-streaming movies perform. Apparently terribly. And our conclusion is that expensive direct-to-streaming movies, in terms of how people are consuming them on the platform, how often people go out there or buy it or buy a service for it, and how it gets nourished over time, it's no comparison to what happens when you launch a film in theaters. So this idea of expensive films going directly to streaming, we cannot find an economic case for it, especially if it's terrible. We can't find an economic value for it, so we're making a strategic shift as part of that. Stay tuned for updates for the possible future of Batgirl. No, that's alright. It's hopefully dead. We hope. Oh God, we hope. Yes, indeed. So there you go. Who was this? Let's see. Comicbook.com and Patrick. What did I say earlier? Patrick Kavanaugh out there. No relation to the Supreme Court Justice fellow out there. Not at all. All right, let's see. Marco Ferrantini. I'll be grateful for professional stream one of these. I already read that. I tell you what. Hold on. This thing isn't messing up on beer, is it? Hold on 1 second. Oh, good. No. Okay. Last time it was screwing up on beer. I don't know why. Don't know why that was. That was kind of weird. I missed a bunch of chats out there. All right, people. Well, moving kind of in a different direction here. Kind of something interesting here. From our good friends over at Apple Insider here. And Malcolm Owen. A Level Lock Plus. That would be the plus, people. HomeKit Smart Lock can be picked open in seconds. HomeKit basically is, you can use your phone or your iPad or whatever out there to kind of control lights or you know, well, they got a whole bunch of stuff like cameras or basically home automation out there. You can kind of control it from your phone or your TV or something like that. So they got a lock. They got a lock that you can use with your phone. Level Lock Plus, a HomeKit supporting smart lock with Apple HomeKey support, has been demonstrated to be opened by skilled hands in the same time a regular lock can be opened. But it's still a high-grade lock for your front door, says Apple Insider. I wonder why. I wonder why they say that. Kind of an odd reason why. We'll never know. The recently launched Level Lock Plus, people, is a smart lock for the home, one that replaces the existing locking system with one that communicates with the iPhone. What could go wrong? In the latest release, the $320 smart lock also supports Apple HomeKey, which enables a door to be unlocked using an iPhone. However, in a video posted to YouTube, has revealed that the lock may not necessarily offer homeowners much more security than a typical non-smart version. The video by Lock-Picking Lawyer, what name? Published on Tuesday, shows the basic workings of the Level Lock Plus before demonstrating how it can be opened key and iPhone free with relatively simple methods. Using a tension tool and a wave rake for a few seconds, the lock can be opened with relative ease. A test using a bump key also produced similar rapid results. The YouTuber expressed disappointment that while a smart lock, it's still ultimately a lock, and that security pins could be included to make it more secure from the outset. For only $320, that might be a little too much then. However, a redeeming feature of the lock is that it uses a standard key knob cylinder, so a homeowner could replace it with something more robust. Well, you would figure for $320, they would do that already. Yes, indeed. So, for $320, you can get a lock that's basically just as easy to pick as just about anything out there. But you get the secure notion that you've spent your money and you can just walk up with your phone and unlock it. Nothing could go wrong there. Nothing at all, people. Nothing at all. Speaking of things that couldn't ever go wrong, from our folks out here at, City Journal? City Journal and John Tennelly. He says, on second thought, just throw the plastic away. It's kind of like a long article. I'm not going to read the whole thing here, but even Greenpeace has finally acknowledged the truth. Recycling plastic no longer makes any sense. This has been obvious for decades to anyone who has crunched the numbers, but the fantasy of recycling plastic proved irresistible to generations of environmentalists and politicians. They preached it to the children, mandated it for adults, and bludgeoned municipalities and virtual signaling corporations into wasting vast sums, probably hundreds of billions of dollars worldwide, no biggie, on an enterprise that's been harmful to the environment as well as to humanity. Actually, that's not a bad thing. That wouldn't be a bad thing for beer at all. And now Greenpeace, of all people. Greenpeace has seen the light, or at least a glimmer of rationality. The group has issued a report accompanied by a press release headlined, "Plastic recycling is a dead-end street." Year after year, plastic recycling declines, even as plastic waste... Does everything have to be capitalized? What does our style guide say? What does the style guide say? Is a sub-headline always have to be capitalized? That's kind of weird. The group's overall policy remains delusional. The report proposes a far more harmful alternative to recycling, but it's nonetheless encouraging to see environmentalists put aside their obsessions long enough to contemplate reality. That's nice. That's nice. The Greenpeace report offers a wealth of statistics and an admirably succinct diagnostics. Mechanical and chemical recycling of plastic waste has largely failed. And will always fail because plastic waste is, number one, extremely difficult to collect, and number two, virtually impossible to sort for recycling, and number three, environmentally harmful to reprocess. Four, often made of contaminated made of and contaminated by toxic materials. And finally, people, not economical, rather, to recycle. Greenpeace could have added a sixth reason. Forcing people to sort and rinse their plastic garbage is a waste of everybody's time, but then making life more pleasant for humans has never been high on the green agenda. These fatal flaws have been clear since the start of the recycling movement. When he wrote about it a quarter century ago, experts were already warning that recycling plastic was hopelessly impractical because it was so complicated and labor intensive. But municipal officials kept trying in the hopes that somebody would eventually find it worthwhile to buy their plastic trash. Instead, they've had to pay dearly to get rid of it, shipping it to Asian countries with cheap labor and looser environmental rules. Well, they can, it's kind of like pumping oil out of Venezuela. It's the dirty oil. It's clean oil if it's pumped over there. It's dirty if we pump it here. It's dirty if it comes from Canada. So just put it out over there. It's fine. It magically becomes cleaner. In New York City, recycling a ton of plastic costs at least 6 times more than sending it to a landfill, which estimates that the city would save $340 million annually by sending all of its trash to landfills. The environmental price has also been high because the plastic in American recycle bins has gone to developing countries with primitive waste handling system. Much of it ends up illegally dumped, burned, or reprocessed at rudimentary facilities that leak some of the plastics into rivers. Virtually all the consumer plastics polluting the world's oceans comes from mismanaged waste in developed countries. So when people say, "Oh, you can't get your straw, you can't get your plastic bag at the store or something like that," because, oh my god, it's the giant plastic ocean patch in the ocean there, forgetting that it decomposes over time because it's made of organics and yada yada yada. It doesn't come from you, people. Rest assured, it's coming from the third world. In developing countries, there'd be less plastic polluting of the seas if Americans just tossed their yogurt containers and water bottles into the trash, so that the plastic could be safely burned at the nearest landfill out there. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. The Environmental Protection Agency has promoted recycling as a way to reduce carbon emissions, but its own figures show that the benefits are relatively small and come almost exclusively from recycling paper products and metals and not plastic. He's calculated that to offset the greenhouse impact of one passenger's round-trip transatlantic flight, you'd have to just recycle only 40,000 plastic bottles. No biggie. No biggie at all. While finally admitting the futility of plastic recycling, Greenpeace is making no apologies for the long campaign to foist it on the public. Kind of like making people take the jab or, wear masks. Yeah, we'll just forgive those people. And the group is unashamedly pushing a new strategy that's even worse. Of course. It proposes finally to end the age of plastic by phasing out single-use plastics through a global plastics treaty. I'm sure that'll work out just fine. This is a preposterous goal. Imagine phasing out disposable syringes. That would be laughable except worthy. Environmentalists have already made some progress towards it. Just reuse your syringe, it'll be good. They found yet another way to harm both the environment and humans, as demonstrated in the movement to ban single-use plastic bags. So there you go, kind of a little bit of a long article there, but you get the gist of it there. Don't worry about your plastic, just throw it away. Make sure you put it at the bottom. You gotta put the plastic at the bottom of the pile, people. At the bottom of the pile. Put all the food at the top so beer can kind of get to it. I don't want to have to dig through a bunch of plastic. Beer doesn't eat plastic. Doesn't eat plastic at all. It's terrible. It gets in between bear's teeth. Yes, indeed. All right. Moving finally along here, people. Finally along here, because I got an interesting thing here from let's see, CNS News and Lauren Shank out there. It says DeSantis, if Abrams, the tank out there, becomes governor of Georgia, people wouldn't want to deal with it and flee to Florida. That's why Bear says we need to build that wall. We gotta build that wall. And man the ramparts, too. Man those ramparts. On Sunday, Governor Ron Red Rum DeSantis called Florida a free state where people go for refuge after being, quote, ground down by woke imbeciles. Kind of synonymous there, I would suppose. Who lead other parts of the country. And if Democrat Stacey the Tank Abrams wins her race for governor of Georgia, even more will relocate to the Sunshine State. God, I hope not. Build that wall. If Stacey the Tank Abrams to win governor of Georgia again, it would absolutely spark refugees into Florida from Georgia, DeSantis said at the re-election campaign event. People would not want to deal with it. They would come in droves. They would move to Florida, and then they would be done with it. I tell you. Many of the campaign attendees cheered and raised their hands when DeSantis asked if they moved to Florida after he had been elected governor. In 2018, that was a nail-biter, people. Holy cow, did we luck out on that one. Lucked out. The other guy, just look into the other guy, I'll just say. Just look into what happened afterwards. He kind of fell downhill and hit every step along the way. Are there steps and hills? Whatever. Mixing his metaphors here. He suggested that they come to Florida to escape, quote, failed leftist ideology and corrupt politicians. Well, they kind of go hand in hand. Governing from their previous jurisdictions. Since the onset of the Wu flu, Florida has led the nation in net immigration and has seen more adjusted gross income move into the state than any other state in the history of the United States. Holy cow. He says, I mean, you can listen to corporate media trying to gaslight you saying California is great. They are? Really? I've seen the commercials saying they're great, but, I mean, even then they gotta make sure they block out the people there that are, homeless or, like old Hammer Time over there at Paul Pelosi's house there. New York's great and Florida's not. I don't know about that. But most people believe their own eyes, and you can see in their behavior how they do this. DeSantis said that people who move to Florida come to him and tell him about the problems in the previous states. He recalled how one man said that he's glad he moved his business to Florida because he just couldn't take it anymore in New York. I wonder why. And so I've been able to see what works in Florida, but also I've been able to see what doesn't work because we have been basically the place that people go to for refuge to live in a free state. When they've been ground down by a lot of these woke imbeciles running so many parts of the country. Don't hold back. Don't hold back. And if the election in 2018 had gone in a different direction, we would have been looking at a much different 4 years than we've had over the last 4 years. I can tell you that. He said, describing his view of what it takes to be a strong governor. And when it comes down to ultimately, you've got to believe in the right things, that's for sure, but you've got to be willing to exercise leadership when it counts. That is the defining characteristic of somebody that can be a strong president. I mean governor. DeSantis said that during the Wu flu pandemic, when other governors had to shut down their states, he had Democrats, media, and even some weak Republicans, it's kind of synonymous, criticizing his decision to keep businesses open, put kids back in school, and let people make their own choices. In particular, DeSantis recalled his reaction to a letter he received, signed by every Florida Democrat member of the U.S. Congress, need to be booted out, urging him to lock down the state of Florida. I looked at the letter and said, if you followed what they would want to do, it would destroy the state of Florida. Probably that was probably their goal there. It would throw millions of people's lives in turmoil. It would violate people's rights. It would cause thousands and thousands of businesses to go under. It would deny millions of kids the ability to have an education in person 5 days a week. Well, the teachers were, on vacation in Acapulco. And so I said, yeah, I get that. Like, there's a lot of pressure. I get people are pounding on me, and I'm taking a lot of arrows. A bear took an arrow one time, right in the knee. I tell you what, that ended his adventuring days for sure. But the only appropriate response I could have to that was to take the letter, crumple it up, and throw it into the trash can. And that's what we did. Yes, indeed. So there you go. By only a couple of thousand votes. Whew. Whew-wee. Yes, indeed. So there you go. There you are. All right, let's see. I have stunned everyone with Bear's brilliance out here. I tell you what. Arrow Bear. Arrgh. There we go. I just want to make sure it worked. Okay, good deal. A good deal indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, let me go back real quick. We were talking. I know some people kind of came in or came out. We were talking briefly at the very beginning here about the kind of apparent shadow banning here. We'll see of a campaign out there. Let me find it here. Called Private American. Mike Barron and let's see, Richard Bonk. Richard Bonk. Don't call him Dick. Richard Bonk out there, the Private American. Apparently, it's being Shadowbanned. You can go and check that out. You can do the search on there for Indiegogo and see if the Private American comes up. Actually, Bear did a search earlier, and there was a number of them that came up, including a number of campaigns that didn't get fully funded. There was a campaign out there that was called, how shall I put this? F Trump, with Vladimir Putin just taking it to a very aggrieved Trump on the very front cover there. That showed up. That definitely showed up. But apparently, Private American didn't show up at all there. So we're trying to give them a little bit of acknowledgement here. Telling people to kind of go check that out. Bear kind of is getting a little bit ticked off about some of that stuff, basically kind of how he got into Comicsgate and all that sort of stuff. It's like, hey, you can't go around banning your boy Zach. You can't say you can't make his book, or Uncle E out there, or John Malin, or Mike Miller, or you go down the list there. Even the Dirtworm out there. Although I tell you what, the Dirtworm, trying to get Cecil's book banned. Wasn't really I was actually with Doug on this one. Probably not in good taste doing what was the name of the book? I forget the name of the book. The Dirtworm Adventures or something like that out there. Kind of in bad taste, I thought. Wasn't really interested in Cecil's book. Doug comes out. We're gonna get this taken off of you or off of Indiegogo, and it's like, yeah, no, not gonna have that. So, wouldn't have gotten Cecil. We're still never gonna get Cecil's book out there, but went ahead and got it just in case, in spite, I tell you what. So, anyways, not saying that people should do this in spite or anything like that. Hopefully some stuff will work out here. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Talking about why it was censoring their campaign and that sort of deal. So very interesting. He got banned on Twitter, the Private American Twitter page or whatever you want to call it there. That got banned, and then apparently it got shadow banned here on Indiegogo. You can still get it. You can still kind of order it and everything, but you have to go to the actual link there. So if you look down in the description for this video there, you'll see that there. So let's just take a quick look here, see what we got here. Bonk is amazing name. Yes, I just thought that was funny. Dick Bonk. Richard, call him Richard, sir. Call him Richard. Really quickly, we'll just kind of go through this really quickly here. I might do this a little bit later there, but 27,882, doing really well. 562 backers. Not bad for being shadow banned there. So let's go ahead and get that up there. You've got 23 days left, so you got some time there. Let's see, a Private American full measure. You can get all of this stuff there. That's an interesting. Who did that cover? Oh, that would be Richard. Oh, with the colors by. Hold on here. Hold on. Let's see if we can do this. Gabe El-Taib. El-Taib. I started doing that. I had to go to a linguist. Out there to figure that one out. Gabe El-Taib out there. Some great colors there. Who did it? Richard Bonk. Did the don't call him Dick out there. Very cool. So there's that cover there. So you can get all those covers for how much? $100. Not bad. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you get your name in the book as well. Yeah, I'd say that would be worth it. $10 for a digital version. 25. Let's see. Get your hands on the very own physical copy of Private American graphic novel. It doesn't say if it's hardcover or not. I would assume it's not. There, but not bad. Not bad for $25. Let's see. You got a couple different covers here. Hold on. Excuse me, people. Couple different covers here. Let's see. From Stephen Rood out there. Very cool. And of course, Dan Lawless out there. So there you go. Got a couple different people out there doing some covers. I actually kind of like this third cover. That's actually pretty cool. Let's see. I guess we gotta scroll down to see it. There you go. Oh, okay. Autographs. So I guess the ones aren't autographed there, but actually you get a digital version as well, and I'm not sure what an autograph card is. Let's see. I get a physical copy of a digital copy, graphic novel, with a special insert. Okay, I'm not sure if that is part of the book or if they just kind of, if it's separate from that. That might be a question to ask out there. But you get it autographed, $50. $50 out there. Kind of like the coloring in there. Pretty cool. Oh, and you would get the digital copy as well. So let's see, 25 plus what was the digital? Yeah, so $35. Not bad. I mean, $15 for a signature. Not bad. Not bad at all. There we go. 66 pages, full color, printed in the USA. That'd be kind of interesting if they printed it in Mexico and had to ship it across there. Rated mature, people. Rated mature. So just make sure you're not getting it for the kids out there. You'd be okay. You get the different bundles there. Let's see. All in Private America. Beer's going through this for the first time, so stick with Beer here. 3 versions. Package also gets the autographs, 2 virgin cover prints, all the stretch goals, and your name. Okay. I wonder how that's different than the other one. Let's see. Doesn't look like it's that much difference. Oh, let's see. It's only the 2 covers. So if you step up for the $100 version, you get a third cover there. There you go. Or you can get the retailer packs there. Pretty cool. Hey, people, art. You can get some art there. Somebody's already got some. You can get drawn in the book. There you go. That guy looks scared. Oh my god. And you can get that's pretty cool. I like that. The original art there. Pretty cool indeed. Look out! Kicked him right in the... Oh, I kicked him in the chest. I thought I kicked him in the nuts there. And there you go. So there is the creative team. You got Mike Barron. Mr. Bonk out there. I apologize, sir. I just find that funny. I would say this cover. I kind of like this cover. Pretty cool. I like the kind of coloring in the background there. Kind of makes it a nice little package there. Yes, indeed. So there you go. You can get the... You can't really see the moon in that one. I guess the coloring makes all the difference in that one there. But there you go. Pretty cool. He's got some stretch goals there. Let's see. A commemorative sticker. Interior pages are upgraded to premium stock, people. You got that. All backers get the Steve Rood and Richard Bonk Virgin prints. Pretty cool. The Dan Lawless variant cover. So you got, I believe it was that one. There you go. Let's see, if you get it up to 30K, books gets even bigger. Let's see, 35K heavier stock, and the soft touch film laminate with premium binding. Ooh. And 50K, you get a top secret reveal. There you go. Pretty cool indeed. So yeah, definitely help them get the word out on all that sort of stuff out there. And to help them out, I tell you what, we don't want to have people Shadowbanned. We try to give Indiegogo here kind of the benefit of the doubt. Maybe something happened with the algorithm or something like that. So hopefully, Indiegogo's been pretty good. Even with some of the other smaller campaigns out there, they've been pretty good about that. So I wouldn't jump ship just yet. But hey, let's just show them. Let's just show them that we kind of back this up. I mean, at the very least, what is it? $10 for a digital version. There you go. Hey, just think of it as like a tip. Just think of it as like a tip out there. So there you go. That would be The Private American. Just check out actually, let me just do this. Why am I talking when I can just do this? Hold on. Let's see. Copy. You copy. And you paste. There we go. There we go. That'll get Bear Shadowbanned here. That'll get you. That's alright. That's alright. We've already discussed, the vaccines don't work and the masks don't work, and yada yada yada. Yada 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 indeed. So we're already Shadowbanned. Anyways. Oh, finally. I don't know. I don't know how interested people would be in this. Let me bring it up here. Hopefully it'll... I don't think the sound will work, though. Let's see if this will work. With the thing. Let's see, I'm going to need to increase it here. Hopefully that'll work. There we go. They came out with the new Avatar trailer here today. I don't think we can hear it, but Bear will give his opinion. And that's really what matters. It's not really matter, who cares what they're talking about here. But there you go, the new Avatar trailer came out. I bet you this will do a lot better than, you know what, that would be a kind of an interesting comparison. Which one would do better, a Black Panther or the Avatar movies? So, kind of interesting there. Probably the Avatar. I would say probably people are maybe a little bit more interested in this movie than some of the other Marvel movies out there, but it could be wrong. Could be wrong out there. It's been a while. The trailer, Bear's kind of not really impressed, because it's all, hey, family stuff, wee, yay. It's all kind of, just kind of the natural stuff. And they didn't really get any action kind of stuff going on here. So, I don't know how good of a trailer it is. It looked okay. I mean, the visuals look good. Stuff like this, looks pretty cool, but, you never know. Oh, they got Sigourney Weaver in there as the young girl. A 70-year-old lady is a young girl. I don't know why. I guess they could do it, so they says, hey, let's do it. So there you go. So anyways, they got they're gonna fight the humans again a second time. There they are. There's they just show the very end of it here on the trailer there. I would have showed more than that. I would have showed more of the action stuff. But yeah, whatever, you do the family stuff, you do the the whatever environmental stuff that they're doing there with Avatar there. Kind of the downside is, they're supposed to be like I don't know, 10 feet tall or something like that. You just don't get that proportion right. So you kind of think that they're all the same, generally human size, but they're not. So I don't know. It's kind of a little bit off there, but some of the stuff towards the end there kind of looks more exciting. Kind of looks like Titanic a little bit there, but there you go. Anyways, kind of Fern Gully meets Titanic meets whatever, but it'd probably be a little bit better than the Black Panther out there. So anyways, there you go. There is your Bear saved you a click out there. Bear saved you a click. There you go. Avatar. What was it called? The Way of the Water. What kind of terrible name is that? Anyways, whatever. There you go. You probably don't want to bet against James Cameron out there. But you never know. You never know, people. You never know. All right, where are we? And there we are. There we are. Yes, indeed. All right, let me get back to the chat. Where are we? Let's see. Arrow Bear, I tell you. You would have thought the graphics would have improved a bit since then. I think more of it has to do with the underwater effects. I don't know. It was okay. It probably looks a little bit better in the theater, and probably, the 3D stuff doesn't come through on the YouTube. So, you know, probably the 3D stuff has probably been really improved. They've been working on that for, gosh, I don't know, 10 plus years or something. So, hopefully that'll be a little bit better. But yeah, you could probably walk out, kind of like the Titanic movie. You could probably just skip the first half of the movie and just kind of come in to when, you know, well, you can come in with the painting scene, but you can come in with the, you know, the ship hits the iceberg there, and then you get a nice, fun action film instead of all the, soap opera stuff there. Although Billy Zane did a really good job as a villain. He's always a good villain out there. Always a good villain. Let's see. Why would anyone want Ferngully when they should have put Tim Curry in there? What a missed opportunity. What a missed opportunity. They should just get rid of Sigourney Weaver and just put in Tim Curry. That would be cool. Avatar 2 needs some toxic love. It needs some love. It does need some love out there, but there you go. Coming up pretty quickly. I think it's coming out in December, so, I mean, you would figure that they would be promoting more about this. Beer was just like, oh, hey, look, there's an Avatar trailer. Let's check it out there. So, there you go. I mean, I'm wondering if like Black Panther 2 might not do that great, and they've already delayed a number of the other MCU movies. So I'm wondering if Avatar 2 does really well, that they might kind of say, hey, let's see, they're doing. How many more are they doing? They're doing like a couple more. So they've got 3 and 4, I think, already pretty much filmed. They just need to do a lot of the CGI stuff. So I think they're coming out like yearly, or maybe like every year and a half or something like that. So wondering maybe if kind of Avatar might take over a little bit more from the MCU out there. Maybe they kind of reduce down some of the MCU stuff. They've already delayed Blade. They've already delayed a number of the other stuff out there as well. So it'd be kind of interesting. It'd be kind of interesting to see coming out kind of in December. So you're gonna have that the holiday people out there checking it out. So we'll see. We will see about that. Yes, indeed. All right. Let's see. What other? Did I have something else? Let's see. Did all that. Did all of that. I did all of it, people. You can't believe it, but it's true. It is true out there. All right. Well, anyways, I want to thank everybody out there. You could be just about anywhere on a Wednesday night. You're spending it with Bear. Appreciates it very much. Yes, indeed. And be sure. Oh, by the way, why did I reduce that? Gosh darn it. Be sure to check out the archive here. We do that just in case. Just fingers crossed, just in case it doesn't happen. But there you go. You can check out the archive out there. We try to put up some of the videos there. I did a color correction. I screwed up on the HDR of the Bazooka Dog box open. So I had to go back and kind of redo that. I didn't want to take the video down. Everybody seemed to like that one. So I just put it over there. So sometimes we might put some other stuff over there as well. But definitely check out the archive out there. Congratulations, Bear. Not everybody gets to do all of that. It is true. It's hard. It's hard for Bear. Filthy Ground. Marco Frante says, filthy ground, poison sludge, diesel clouds, noxious muck, slime beneath me, slime above, oh, for crying out loud. Yes. Oh, I tell you, sometimes Bear just kind of falls right into it. That's what happens when you're in National Roasting Month. Bear gets roasted. Anyways, people, I do appreciate that. Do appreciate you stopping by. We try to do it every Wednesday and Saturdays. So hopefully you guys will check us out. Hopefully, coming up here pretty shortly, we're going to do the box open of Inglorious Rex. So keep an eye out for that. But you know what? All of this talk, people, all of this talk about toxic love has made Bear hungry. So he's going to head back into the woods. So until next time, people, grrr.